Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Freshly Minted, where we help keep you builders up to date with the latest market movements, with the latest opportunities and the latest updates and innovations happening in the Web3 space, so you can pretty much learn what is happening in the market and what are some opportunities that you can take advantage of as Web3 and NFT builders. My name is Leon Aboud, and today I am joined by the COO of my NFT consulting agency, Unfungible, Sharbel Ayub. My man, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting topic. We're going to be talking about Microsoft Edge launching a new crypto wallet. That's exciting. Salesforce is launching Web3 features that is going to allow all the Fortune 500 companies of pretty much launch Web3 product offerings to their audiences. We have LinksDAO, who just acquired golf course. That's exciting. We're going to be talking about a lot of things within that. We also have some exciting news about Reddit. Reddit just launched a new NFT collection and they're in talks to be building a marketplace. Arbitrum, Magic Eden, a lot of it is exciting stuff. But before we get into the information, ladies and gentlemen, just want to remind you, if you are more of a listener than you are a watcher and you like learning on the go while walking the dog, on the way to the office, just want to let you know that you can listen to this podcast, Freshly Minted, on your favorite podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever that is, we're there. All you have to do is just look for Leon Aboud, exact same way it's written on YouTube, and you'll be able to listen and learn on the go. And needless to remind you, if at any stage of your journey as an NFT builder, you need help launching your NFT project or your Web3 company and need help marketing it and getting the quality eyeballs that you need to build your brand, then feel free to get in touch with us. All you need to do is just go to unfungible.xyz and it would be our pleasure to see how we can assist you. So with that, Kermit, a lot of things have been happening in the market. You just claimed, like before 10 minutes before this call, you claimed your Arbitrum tokens. Congratulations. You made a nice monthly salary right there. Tell us what's been happening with Arbitrum.
Man, it's a great time to be in the market right now. We had Blur's Airdrop just happen 2 months ago, and now we have Arbitrum, the fourth biggest cryptocurrency in terms of total value locked, so TVL. It's a pretty big airdrop, so having been one of the early supporters of Arbitrum, it's definitely a great time to be using the chain, to be on the chain. It's just exciting. I can't wait to go back to monitoring what's happening with Arbitrum as soon as we're done with this call.
How's the sentiment in the NFT space?
Very bullish in terms of everything Arbitrum can do and everything Arbitrum has been doing for the past couple of years. So the difference between Arbitrum and a lot of these other airdrops, we saw optimism, we saw, non-chain sort of Blur, a marketplace, X2Y2, another marketplace, LooksRare, another marketplace, ENS, a domain name. So we saw different types of airdrop go on. And when it comes to blockchain airdrops, right, layer 2 airdrops, we've sort of only seen optimism, which, we've seen Aptos, we've seen, what was it called? Canto, yes. Canto, right. So the ones that we've seen launch before weren't necessarily already developed, already out there, already, with millions of users already using it, right? So this is the big difference with Arbitrum. It's a chain that's already fully deployed. It's been fully deployed for a couple years. It has one of the biggest growing gaming ecosystems in the entire space. So for us to see it finally release its token, something everyone has been waiting for a long time now, is very exciting.
I'm very close to a lot of the people listening to this. I'm in the NFT space, but I'm not necessarily aware of what is Arbitrum building exactly. But I know you've been very active within their ecosystem. What is it that Arbitrum has that is different than all the other dozens of layer 2s that are being built on top of Ethereum? What makes it special, whether that's in their technology, whether that's in their biz dev team? What are they doing differently?
Honestly, I'm not the person to ask when it comes to fundamentals. How is Arbitrum fundamentally different from, Polygon, Optimism, other layer 2s? My personal experience has mostly been of finding out what Arbitrum is through Treasure DAO. So Treasure DAO is an ecosystem. Their tagline, their headline is the Nintendo of Web3. I've been a huge fan of theirs. I've been following the eco for more than a couple of months now. So really, they're built on Arbitrum. That was my way of finding out what Arbitrum was. It's one of the only reasons, honestly, I use Arbitrum is because Treasure DAO is in it, and I'm a big fan of theirs. So fundamentally, I'm not your guy. I'm not the person to ask. I just knew that Treasure DAO being on Arbitrum and seeing how big Arbitrum was scaling in terms of numbers, I knew it was going to be a promising airdrop.
Well, listen, man, I hope your bags bump. Talking about layer twos, what's happening with Polygon and new partnerships with Immutable X?
It's huge news in terms of gaming. So we've been seeing a lot of gaming related updates come about. So let me quickly share my screen here. So Polygon recently announced, literally 3 days ago, the future of Web3 gaming. Polygon Labs and Immutable, the leading Web3 gaming platform, join forces to introduce Immutable. I don't know how to pronounce that. ZK-EVM.
ZK, yes.
Skevum, powered by Polygon. So for both of these to join forces, it seems like Polygon is almost also trying to position itself as a platform that hosts games, because as of now, Arbitrum has been making a killing. With Arbitrum, the token being also out right now, there's a lot of attention going to Arbitrum as the #1 gaming blockchain. So it might be an attempt at from Polygon and Immutable to also be a big name in the Web3 gaming space. Right, and there's been a lot of, man, like, talking about Treasure DAO, they've actually received the biggest allocation of ARB tokens in the entire ecosystem. So this is something I felt I had to highlight. They've received a total of 8 million ARB tokens, the highest allocation to be offered to any DAO on Arbitrum. So it's you know, a lot of gaming updates happening on all fronts. Treasure DAO is making a killing. Arbitrum is killing it. Polygon is trying to move in. What else? Oh, right. Sony has also recently filed a patent for a cross-platform NFT trading framework for video games. And if we continue reading Bryson's post, so the huge part about it is players would be able to trade and transfer NFTs to other platforms, other consoles. NFTs would be coming to all consoles in the not so distant future. So really the vision of NFTs when it comes to gaming, right? The big argument, and especially last week we've talked about this, is gaming already has its own product market fit when it comes to skins. And one thing that NFTs do is it allows people to use those skins regardless of the game you're in, right? It's a token that you can ultimately use in whatever game you're on, as long as it's obviously compatible. So very exciting. And there's also Magic Eden. Everyone is
a lot of gaming updates today.
Everyone is trying to make moves towards gaming. Magic Eden also, this is yesterday, presenting Magic Eden Games, the home for Web3 games. This is a labor of love from our games team. After launching 70 plus projects and investing in a dozen studios, we're honored to help games shine even more with our dedicated hub.
Especially love the update about Sony, mainly because it's just like, this is the essence of NFTs. This is what the NFT conversation has always been. NFTs are going to allow in-game skins to be transferred within games, but it was always in the future tense. But now what Sony's new move pretty much is bringing that future tense more towards the present tense. And now in the near future, in-game assets within different ecosystems, they just happen to be NFTs. Again,
Yes.
People don't care about NFTs, they just care about having the ease of transferring items, selling them, keeping them, collecting them. No one cares about NFTs at the end of the day. We just want the convenience that comes with it. And I mean, something that I did want to talk about is actually Salesforce introducing Web3 features within its ecosystem. And this is huge news. I know Salesforce for a lot of people is a company that it's an obscure company. Salesforce is known as the everything company, but the invisible company as well, because it's everywhere, but no one knows exactly what it does. So I know it took me some time to kind of wrap my head around and understand exactly why is Salesforce such a big company. I mean, they have the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco, the tallest tower in there, but it's like where no one never has interacted with the Salesforce product. But what Salesforce do, and that's why it's such a big news for the Web3 space, is Salesforce pretty much offers business to business tools for the Fortune 500 companies. So it's called like CRMs, which is customer relations management tool, pretty much. And for example, every time you call your bank and you need help with your account, the moment that man or that lady behind the phone is going to ask you, what is your email, what is the address, pretty much they're going to be accessing your account behind the scenes, which is built on Salesforce. So what Salesforce has done is that it has allowed the ability for companies to integrate NFTs and Web3 technology within its CRM. So now the tagline of this new feature is build customer loyalties in Web3 on a trusted platform. And what's really interesting, and this is if you open the Salesforce website, if you look at Salesforce NFT and you go on the salesforce.com website directly, you're going to see that the different features that they have is that they're going to allow companies, all the Fortune 500 companies, to be able to launch smart contracts effortlessly using templates. There's going to be Web3 data models, collection monitor. It's going to give those companies a wallet risk scoring. So let's say I am a high risk individual because I interact with high risk wallets, or I have a low quality buyer profile where I'm not the type of buyer persona that company wants to have within their ecosystem. You can flag wallets using their built-in AI. They have built-in security and privacy, and obviously the sustainable blockchains probably built on Polygon. But this is incredibly exciting, man. The fact that you can, this is, if you scroll up a little bit on that page, I want you to zoom into one image that they have. So scroll up, all the way up. Yeah, you see, zoom into that sneaker. Look at what's written. So based on token holdings, this customer has been identified as a sneaker enthusiast. So it's going to allow companies to have more insight into their customers using NFTs. And all of a sudden you can start tailoring more Web3 experience to that customers. You can start, it's just, this move, although early, is going to open up Web3 functionalities for the Fortune 500 companies to start offering Web3 within their ecosystem. And what Salesforce is doing is it's just planting the seed and giving those companies the ability to one day start launching their Web3 offerings. And I personally think this is incredible news, and I'm incredibly excited. As someone who uses CRM tools, anytime I have someone who comes in through our website, books a call with us, instantly an account is created for that customer in the backend, where I'm able to track that specific account, that specific person. Where in their journey are there? How many, let's say they ask me for specifically to send them a proposal. Everything is going to be labeled within the CRM. So as someone who uses a CRM on a daily basis, I understand how at a small scale, I have hundreds or thousands of people in my CRM. Imagine the companies with millions, how just in a click of a button, they can integrate Web3 functionalities within that. So yeah, man, just from your reaction, what are your thoughts on this?
This is huge. This is a huge leap for, I think, on many fronts. On a marketing front, more obviously, on a customer experience front. Because I'm a big advocate of seamless UX and UI. A platform you can use where you don't notice you're even interacting with the blockchain. You don't need to know you're interacting with the blockchain. And it's using the same thinking. It's like, so the blockchain started and it was very slow, right? Very, very slow. You want to send a Bitcoin, you needed to wait some time. We're slowly, not only are we slowly catching up to the traditional market, very soon we're moving at a much faster pace. So we're still catching up, in my opinion, to the traditional banking sector, to the traditional market as a whole. But soon enough, we're moving so fast, we're going to fly right past them, right? And that's going to be a very, very interesting thing to watch as, innovation all of a sudden, the curve for it also doubles, triples, quadruples. It's going to be an interesting thing to watch.
And that's something we often talk about together, and I'm a strong believer of that. Crypto onboarded the first 1 million people into Web3. NFTs are going to onboard the first 1 billion. Because
Right.
NFTs, because when you talk crypto, you say crypto is going to disrupt the banking industry. It's going after such an established, such a bureaucratic, such a like no government wants to get their banking system disrupted. No government wants that. But do NFTs, they bring real, in my opinion, they bring real seamless utility to the everyday companies, from the small basement entrepreneurs at Shopify all the way to the Facebook and Meta and Amazons who are launching, who are able to tag certain items in their inventory using NFTs. I do think NFTs are going to onboard the first billion, and I think that's why we've seen a lot of, like, in the last 4 years we had those small headlines like Microsoft integrating Aptos in its ecosystem or it's in its cloud provider, like small headlines of Fortune 500
Aptos.
companies. But it was
Is it Aptos?
Google Cloud. Yeah, Google Cloud and
What?
Aptos, they have some form of partnership. Yeah, I'm not crazy.
What?
Yeah,
Google.
look it
I
up.
have to Google this.
Yeah, look it up.
Aptos Labs partners with Google Cloud to enable. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not
Aptos.
crazy.
Aptos
Aptos
is
and
making
Polygon.
moves.
They are. They totally are. They started as a DGen NFT chain. Now they're partnered with Google. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is, you've noticed in the last 2 years since NFTs became a thing, how we're hearing a lot more big names entering the NFT space, and I think that would be a great leeway into the story about Reddit. So yesterday you sent me a message telling me
Right.
that Reddit just launched a 150K NFT collection. What's up with that?
120K each. So there's a total of 6 collections. They're all free. All of the NFTs are free. And in each of the collection, there's about 120,000. So all in all, there's 720,000 NFTs that are all free to claim. As soon as I found out, I was like, I need to help people know that, because it's a free collection. Who can say no to
I
that?
need to max mint before.
I need to max mint. Well, unfortunately, you can only mint one out of all of the collections, so you need to choose wisely. Once you make your choice, that is your final choice. My first thought, because with Reddit, I remember the first headlines I saw of Reddit were, in November, right? You remember when
Yeah.
Reddit became
Yeah.
the trend? Around November 2022, I remember the headline was, Reddit onboards more users than OpenSea ever has. And that's
Yes.
the headline that sort of stuck with me all this time, because all this time it's really fascinating when you think about it. A platform like Reddit was able to, in the matter of less than a year, onboard more users than a Web3 native platform. It might sound obvious to a lot of people, like, obviously Reddit going to NFT marketplace. To me, it was fascinating because you look at other big giants leaping in, like Meta, right? We talked about Meta like last week. They ended up halting their progress. They didn't really find
Yeah.
success with their pilot NFT marketplace. Yet Reddit has somehow found a way to position NFTs in a way where they're not even called NFTs. They're called digital
Yeah.
collectibles. You don't even need to know words like gwei, gas, nonce, seed phrase. You're just
Absolutely.
collecting something on your phone, on your Reddit account. And that's today, when I claimed my first NFT for free on Reddit, it blew my mind away. When you're going to do it, I want you to tell me your thoughts, what you think of the process. I was blown away. If I didn't know it was on the blockchain, I wouldn't have known. I couldn't have told.
You wouldn't have known.
I literally wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And the even bigger, so what happens when you create such a seamless UX and UI? Remember that headline from November? Reddit onboards more
Right.
people than OpenSea. I wanted to check back in on what happened. You know, where's that number at? And this is gonna blow your mind. Boom. this is what the chart looks like today.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's
Reddit,
impressive.
so far, in less than a year, so it
Wow.
started in August, right now we're in March. In less than a year, onboarded more than 8.4 million people into NFTs without them even knowing they're
Incredible.
NFTs.
Incredible.
I really found this chart fascinating. Man, I kept looking at it. I was like, damn, why is no one talking about this? I know they're talking, they were talking about it in November, which was around here when Reddit sort of overtook OpenSea, but then everyone stopped. And the fact that the growth curve went this parabolic,
And they kept.
yeah, is insane, because that's
Beautiful.
8 million people that are interacting with NFTs that don't even know it. And there's even a comment. Let me try to find it. Whale Swoosh left a comment. Very interesting comment. Where is it? If Twitter would stop rugging. There it is. So will be interesting, he said, will be interesting to see if these new people will stay in the Web3 space. I doubt it, to be honest. To which I responded, honestly, at the rate Reddit is going, if 1/3 of these people stay, that's more than OpenSea. If 10% of people stay, that's almost 1 million more people entering the NFT space. 1 million people. You
But
barely
what
have
does it
20,000
mean?
people active.
What does it mean stay in the Web3 space? Like they are already in the Web3 space. The moment you have
Interesting,
a
yeah.
PFP that is an NFT, you are in the Web3 space. You don't need to be on crypto Twitter and to be sweeping floors on OpenSea or on Magic Eden to be in the Web3 space, or to be following and interacting with the Franks and the Barks to be in the Web3 space. All those
That is
8 million people that are, like, the moment you've sent your first email, you've officially made it into the internet. There is no going back. The question is, how active of a user are you on the internet? Some just send their first email and have never sent an email ever again in their life, but they have interacted with the internet. Some that
is a
first
very
email
interesting
acted.
metric.
Yeah, that first email they sent acted as a stepping stone to then becoming avid email users, then avid WhatsApp users, and then avid Facebook users. And today they are utilizing the internet as for their career, like we are pretty much. So I don't necessarily understand what his comment
Well,
means.
I'm not whale. I can't tell. I think.
Oh no, obviously,
Yeah.
I think the way we're looking at this is at the end of the day, the metric that is important to us as people that work in the NFT space is number of active wallets. There's the number of active wallets. That's what we care about working in the space. The more active wallets there is, the more activity, the more liquidity there is, the more XYZ, the more attention there is in the space from the big dogs, the big players. So no, I think everything Reddit is doing is just incredible. How that one experiment that brings back to a topic we covered last week. How that one experiment that Reddit took the risk, and now they've built features and experiences for their audience that is so seamless. I remember so Reddit used to always be that obscure place where no one has a profile picture and is very unanimous.
Right.
But now, last time I opened Reddit 3 days ago, I was researching something, and I ended on the Wall Street Bets forum, and I noticed half of the people had a profile picture of the Reddit, and then I just clicked twice, and then there's a place that says View on Explorer, and then it shows you the actual blockchain. But that's the only part where it shows you like View on
Right.
Explorer.
Yeah.
That's the only
Yeah,
way
yeah.
you can know this is an NFT. And just seeing that, I was like, man, they've turned this place that used to be full of anonymous, empty profile pictures into a vibrant place where people get the chance to express themselves via their digital identities. And obviously, this is something we've spoken about a lot of time. Web3 is the layer of identity. People get to express themselves. Are they more of the red Reddit with the looks like a mermaid? Are they more of XYZ? Versus, for example, a brand like Instagram, who pretty much discontinued NFTs because they weren't able to. And I have to acknowledge that there wasn't product market fit for Reddit was a lot more obvious than it is for brands like Instagram. But no, that's definitely exciting, and I think this.
There's more of the anon culture on Reddit than there is on Instagram. On Instagram, most people put their profile pictures. There's no need, for you to customize your PFP basically. On Reddit really has, and this is where I start wondering, why there's such a divide. Reddit and Web3 culture have a lot of similarities. They both, stand behind the anonymous culture. They both really like building communities. They both think in terms of community, right? On Instagram, you're really following a personality. You're following a celebrity. On Web3 and Reddit, you're following communities. That's what you're joining. When you
Yes,
buy
but I
into a
wouldn't
project,
necessarily agree. I see
okay.
what you're saying, and you're absolutely right, but I wouldn't necessarily agree where Instagram had such. That's why I'm so disappointed at Mark Zuckerberg, because they had such a great opportunity. Instagram, I've been in the Instagram game. It's been 8 years now. I've been building brands, pages, e-commerce, influencer marketing. I've done the whole spectrum of using social media marketing to grow brands and increase revenue. One thing about Facebook is that they're constantly developing products and services to help brands monetize their audiences, whether that's through messenger ads, whether that's allowing brands to connect their shop within their actual Instagram page. So Instagram is pushing to allow brands to monetize, because they know that if brands can use Instagram as a business platform, they're going to spend more money on the platform, obviously. Imagine if Instagram would allow, just like Reddit, the ability for the first 1,000 people that claim an NFT, right there on the platform, you can just click a button that says claim NFT. Just like that, and all of a sudden, you get an account created, and you get that NFT gets sent to your wallet, and all of a sudden you have an NFT from that specific brand. And how you can even make the brand pay for the gas fee. For every 1,000 NFTs minted, it's going to cost you $1, for example. I personally think that this could have been a great opener. I think for them, they were trying to go the other way, where they were trying to help artists monetize their brand directly through NFTs. Instead, what they should have done is like Reddit, use NFTs as a way to increase loyalty and increase brand identity within their audience. But I mean, talking about something different, I think if we shift gears a little bit, some exciting news that happened is there was a recent leak, some leaked images that Microsoft is actually launching a crypto wallet. And I actually made a thread about this yesterday, Monday actually, if you want to open that up. It's just an exciting time, because Microsoft is working hard on its search engines. Firstly, if you could scroll down. Down.
How many threads are you posting a day?
I'm being active, man. Especially there we go. That's the one. So if you are to scroll down one scroll, so Albacor was the account that leaked the behind the scenes images, and this has been in testing, which only Microsoft employees have access to it. And what I like about this is Microsoft has been working hard on their Edge browser. They've been investing a lot. Like 2023 was the year of Amazon search engines. First with ChatGPT, the AI integration within their internet browser, and now with the crypto wallet. I think this is going to be great, because when you think about it, Microsoft, I posted some data. Microsoft only owns 4% of the, so if you scroll down, go back to my thread, go down. Microsoft only owns 4% of market share from the actual, go down. Yes, right here. So as of January 2023, there were 5.16 billion internet users worldwide. 4.27% use the Edge browser. So that's 220 million people. That's 220 million people that will have the ability, just like on the Brave browser, to just click a button, and then it says, welcome to the Edge wallet. Click here to create an account. And then all of a sudden we have 220 million new wallets created on the blockchain. And let's say only 1% of those end up transacting with the blockchain. That's 2 million, 2.2 million. That's pretty much 4 times the amount of active wallets on the Ethereum blockchain right now. So that's big news. Incredibly excited about this. Very happy to hear that there's progress in the Web3 space. I truly do think Web3 has the transformative power. It's going to make the world a better place. And seeing those small headlines just makes my day, man.
It's crazy how in the middle of a bear market, all of a sudden everything that happened, all the headlines that took place a year ago, a year or even two ago, Microsoft starts talking about cryptocurrency, Microsoft rumors, Amazon rumors, Reddit rumors, this and that all of a sudden in the middle of a bear market, we're seeing all of these companies start to lay out their products. We're seeing a lot of their fruits come to fruition. And it's crazy that we're in a bear market and all of this is happening.
Q1 has been an incredible quarter for adoption in the NFT space. Right? It was an incredible quarter. I mean, a lot of headlines. Last year, Q3, Q4 were a little bit slow. The only good thing that happened in Q4 was Reddit. But this year, it's been company after company. And I mean, this follows how can I say that? I saw this curve that was very interesting where, and this is something that has repeated itself historically in the crypto space. Every bull market, you have new participants coming in and new developers, new builders that come in. What ends up happening at the end of the bear market is the number of daily participants ends up going down. So people leave the NFT space or the crypto space, obviously. But what's interesting is that the builders tend to stay. So although the line of participants go down, the builders stabilizes, and it's usually very linear. So that shows that these builders that stay during the bear market, that are typically heads down building products and services like we are, and like everyone on this that are listening to this right now, these are going to be the people that are going to be fueling the next cycle. And all the Amazons and the Starbucks Odyssey and the Reddits, NFTs, they are the builders, the heavy hitter builders right now during the bear market that are going to have the products and services that will fuel the next bull market. And I think that's the cycle of innovation. It's always been like that. Right. It's always going to be like that. And we're midway through that right now.
We are. I do think we are midway through. I think the wave of news, especially that we went through in the beginning, all of the gaming news, everything coming to gaming, I think we're definitely going to start seeing some fruition come from that. So we've seen a lot of great things happen for the space recently, but I really think that our road to 1 billion users is going to be through gaming. Because so far, we've seen Reddit do a killer job, potentially one of the best so far, right? We've seen Meta try, give it their best shot, their best try. They've backed down, but they are going to try again, unless they want to ever become irrelevant, which I strongly doubt. And I think we've seen also YouTube. We've seen a bunch of other
YouTube,
companies.
Absolutely.
We've seen a bunch of them, start rumors, start talking about their interest in the blockchain. But I am yet to see, and we've seen the same for gaming, but we are yet to see that first aha moment, just like for Reddit. And I think when that happens, because gaming, the product market fit between NFTs and gaming is so obvious.
It totally is.
It fits.
I think the only bottleneck with gaming is just going to be technology. It's just we're still not close to having the technology or the studios, the big gaming studios, to catch up to that and integrate that technology within their systems and processes that they've mapped out. It's been the last two or three decades.
I agree. The technology is far from being there. Especially that most Web3 native gaming companies are starting from a lot of times from scratch, a lot of times setting up shop from nothing, while there are talks of major gaming companies wanting to jump on board. Wasn't it Roblox that
totally
talked about strong interest in building a metaverse? Like they're already a metaverse technically.
They are a metaverse, yeah.
Right. So who knows? Maybe we see Roblox become the Reddit of the gaming space.
I mean, isn't Roblox is a metaverse? It's nothing but a metaverse. They
Right.
are the OG.
Yeah, yeah. And this is something also, it's a whole other topic. Is the metaverse part of Web3? Is Web3 part of the metaverse, or are they two separate things? And
Yes.
you have a metaverse without the blockchain. It's a
Mm,
whole it's a whole separate conversation. Um,
interesting.
but Roblox in many ways is a metaverse, but it does not currently use any blockchain tech. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
referring to when I talk about when are we going to see them become the Reddit of gaming, where all of a
Totally
sudden
get that.
people are playing and they're buying skins and they're trading skins, they're selling skins, and they don't even know that they're interacting with the blockchain.
Super interesting. So let's cover our last story. We could keep going for hours there.
Oh yeah.
But let's cover our last story, and this is one very interesting one, especially for the people here building NFT projects. I think this is gonna give you some clarity over your ecosystem. What is it that you're trying to build? So LinksDAO, they recently won a bid to buying a Scottish golf course. So LinksDAO, they were built with the intention of becoming a global golf community, and from the very get-go, their goal was to eventually buy a golf course and make that kind of the golf course of the DAO. And they just recently did that after a year and almost a year and a half of them launching their NFTs. They just bought a golf course for a little bit over $900,000. So congratulations to LinksDAO and the entire team. But there's two things from that announcement that I found incredibly interesting. The first one is that there are about 5,000 NFT holders for their membership pass. So again, remember, LinksDAO, they're building a global golf community of golf lovers. What's very interesting is that the CEO of LinksDAO, Daily, said that the DAO members are not equity owners in the business. Essentially, the NFT is a membership pass that gives you voting rights in an advisory capacity. But he's clearly mentioned that the DAO members are not equity holders in the business. It is the business that owns the asset, which is the golf course. If for whatever reason they end up selling that, the NFT holders are not entitled to making money off that land. And I found that very interesting because this brings back to the debate: are NFTs, are you an equity holder in a company by owning Bored Ape? Are you an equity in Yuga Labs by being a Bored Ape? And the consensus, especially between smart buyers, is of course not. You're not an equity holder in any way. But I think this is healthy for the space because it breaks a big misconception that the NFT that you have needs to return some financial revenue from your investment in the company. So if I invest in this and it goes up, then I should be able to make money off of that. But LinksDAO made it very clear: if you're a golf lover, this membership pass is going to give you access to the hottest, coolest golf club in the world. Nothing more. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a very interesting topic. I remember seeing, I actually pulled this up, this conversation, Whale Swoosh, also on the topic of whale. He posted this thread. The main question was, let me go, what is a holder? Within the bigger context is, what is an NFT holder? Is he an investor, customer, a shareholder, or something else?
Interesting. And let's read the stats.
So let's look at what people answered. There you go.
So
So
let's look at
most people, 31% of people said investor, 24% said customer, 15% said shareholder, and 29%, the second highest one, something else.
So 31% think they're investors in a company.
Because many people, I mean, for most people, I think the jump to NFTs is as an investor, right? You get into NFTs essentially because you've heard about someone, maybe your friend, maybe someone on the news who bought an ape for $100 and this guy is selling it for $1 million. You're like, no way. It's that easy? Let me give it a try, right? Or maybe you've actually been in the space for a while, you understand it, you know what makes projects work. Maybe you don't understand it and you're hoping to catch the next big thing, the next Bored Ape, as many people say. It doesn't surprise me that this many people would say investor. What surprises me is the customer bit, right? 24%, almost 25. So a quarter of all the people who responded, 1,000 people, which is a considerable pool of Web3 participants, consider themselves as customers. So
Those are the sane people.
the same people who what?
The sane. They understand the space and they have the right expectations.
Right, the sane people. Okay, because here's my thinking on the topic is where else do you spend the premium fee to be a part of a community, essentially, right? Because within the wider argument of what NFTs are, they're mainly a vehicle through which you find identity through a community. And I'd like to circle back to Reddit, actually. Because what I am noticing is almost like there's a new paradigm shift, almost like there's a new era for NFTs coming up. Because people who are using Reddit NFTs are not the same as people who are, and this is, remember the comment Will made on my thread?
See where you're going. Yeah.
Right? They're different people with different expectations of what NFTs are. And guess what?
Totally.
They outnumber you. They outnumber me. They outnumber us. They outnumber anyone with a Bored Ape, anyone who's ever bought an NFT on OpenSea. And that is crazy.
So those people are being introduced to NFTs as digital collectibles and nothing more.
Yeah.
And this is something Gary Vee said. He was like, the part he hated the most from the bull market was actually the part that's going to take the longest for NFTs to recover is not the technology, it's going to be the reputation. That NFTs are a scam. And a big part of that is because NFTs used to be associated with a money-making vehicle, a money-making opportunity. Because people that came into the NFT space did it for money. Everyone wants to make money. But that's interesting, what you're saying. Very, very interesting point. I like that.
Right. It's three times more people are being onboarded through Reddit. That's more than all of us combined.
That's very interesting.
So who gets to decide what an NFT is? Is it the 8.6 million people, or is it the 2 million people that are buying and trading Bored Apes and Zookies?
That's amazing. I think that would be a great thought to leave the audience with. Kermit, it was a great conversation. Thanks a lot for this. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your attention.
Very happy talking to you as always. I look forward to hopping on again.
Absolutely. So ladies and gentlemen, Crypto Kermit on Twitter, crypto__Kermit. And
yes, sir.
On my side, it's, hey, this is Leon. Send us a DM. Just say you came from the pod, and wishing you an incredible day, incredible week of innovation. And we shall see you on the very next one. Have a good one.